Welcome back to the Barrel Talk podcast. We are back with another episode. Got Nick Gwynn on the call. Another interesting up and down week of football. I would say week 3 was. But we're going to give our takeaways, break everything down. But how we doing?
Doing good. It was a very weird week of football. A lot of blocked kicks, a lot of weird things like the Jets game, a lot of weird things in the primetime games. It was an interesting week. Excited to get into it.
I was seeing a lot of people say this week was cinema just because of all the blocked kick. I think this was just a week of bad fucking ball.
There you go. I think that's what it was more like.
I think this is more of a... We'll talk about the Rams game, but the kicker got a blocked kick and then he gets to the game on the line. I feel like there was no urgency from the kicker from when I was watching it, but like he just was bullshitting, it seemed like.
Mm-hmm.
But that was just my takeaway. I just think a lot of bad ball, but we can get into...
A lot of bad ball, a lot of bad coaching.
Yeah.
But we can get into it, for sure.
I don't really have anything for the Thursday night game. Bills just took care of business. Miami did look
better,
like they had a little bit more fight. Mm-hmm. Tua throws that pick. If Tua doesn't throw that pick, we're playing the what-if game, but like he looked pretty solid throughout the entirety of the game up until that pick.
Was this the game that Mike McDonald came out and said, like, this is how you lose games or something like that? You lose games, and we don't win games. He had that really weird quote that like said nothing.
Yeah, he's also very
weird
in itself.
I think he's done. I mean,
there are some people that are meant to be OCs.
Yes,
and
he does not.
There's no doubt in my mind that he's going to be an OC somewhere.
I saw that weird ass quote, and it was like, bro, come on, bro, you don't even care anymore.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Bills just took care of business. We knew this was going to happen. That Miami hasn't beaten the Bills like
oh my god, I forgot about that. Like records 1-8 or something like that.
Yeah, so they just took care of business. Going into the Sunday games, first takeaway is the Bengals season is over. Yeah, it doesn't matter who they bring in. It's just over. With how the only thing that I would say is this makes it seem like how good is Joe Burrow, like, actually? Because, like, with what he's able to do with that O-line and that defense, and when they have Joe Burrow, they are a playoff caliber team, and without him, they're legit picking top 3, top 5 in the draft.
Yeah.
So, like, the talent that he has and what he's able to do and elevate this team is insane. But for a backup quarterback to go into Minnesota against a Flores-led defense, like, you're asking already a ton in general. Like, now, the Flores defense is great, and I feel like this is a big response and bounce back from what they did against Atlanta, where Bijan just had his way. Bijan, Chase Brown, obviously not the same caliber of player, but they shut Chase Brown down completely, and they shut the run game down completely. Isaiah Rodgers had a historic game from the cornerback position, like, insane all across the board.
Oh my god, he had a great game. That was insane. He had like two touchdowns and a crazy pass deflection that I saw too.
It was just, I don't really have any takeaways. I'm talking to my dad about it. I was like, I'm already on to the next week. I don't view this game. Now, was it good to see the offense finally click and get going? Yes, it was. Carson Wentz just seemed to have just more control of the offense. Now you're going into a situation in London, overseas, like Steelers, on paper, a good defense, haven't been playing the best defense has to start the year. But then we just saw the Browns hold the Packers to 10 points. Mm-hmm. So, like, you got two really tough defenses. You get Jordan Addison back next week. Darius Shaw was back this game, and that made the difference. Had Trey Hendrickson in a box. Trey Hendrickson did nothing all game long, and he's one of our premier pass rushers in the league. So, the only thing I can take away is when the Vikings have their guys and they're healthy, they can really be in games with anybody as long as the quarterback doesn't turn the ball over or cost them the game.
You play the Steelers, and who did you say is the second matchup?
Browns.
What are the chances that you guys win both of those games? Does Carson Wentz stay the starting quarterback long term?
Yes.
Okay.
You have Steelers, Browns, then you have this like bigger bye after the Browns. So you enter your bye, and then you have a home game after the bye in week 6 against Philly. And then you go through a stretch where you have a tough schedule. It's like Philly, Chargers, Detroit, Baltimore, Bears in the mix. It's maybe not in that order, but those I think are the next 5 games after the bye. But like, I think it would be a disservice to put McCarthy out there against Philly, then the
Especially
Chargers.
After how he looked.
Yes, how he looked. He just looked shaky. I think Wentz And somebody made a very good point, just a clip I saw on Twitter or TikTok or something, that like Wentz has bounced around the league from good coach to good coach. Like with McVay, he was with the Chiefs for a while, with Andy Reid, now he's with Kevin O'Connell. Like he is somebody that at worst is just going to be able to manage the game, keep the ball out of harm's way, can make the throws when needed. You're leaning so heavily into Jordan Mason in this run game now, which obviously the Bengals defense is whatever shit. So like, gotta take it with a grain of salt. But he looked really, really good. But the main piece, like, we're gonna get Jordan Addison back, but if you have Christian Darrisaw on that left side of that line, it just makes everything so much easier on the offense. You can have more time in the pocket and everything else like that. So yes, if they win both these games, or even if they split, I think he has to be the guy because you have too many guys on this team that are in this like win now mentality. Like we're good enough to win.
The team's just too good. I mean, the team is just the roster's too good. The coach is too good. The roster's too good. I think you're exactly right. I mean, if he looks good, if he protects the ball, and if this defense continues to do what we've seen them do these past 2 seasons, I don't see any reason as to why Carson Wentz can at least make them a playoff contender.
I think defense alone, if say like obviously like I don't expect Isaiah Rodgers to have that performance, but if he can emerge as like a really strong number 2 next to Byron Murphy, and you have all your edge guys really clean and healthy going into like the back end of the year, into that tough part of the schedule, like I think they can easily, the defense is good enough to easily get them into the playoffs, in my opinion. It just sucks because they're going to be with the Packers and Lions in that division. So the North could send 3 realistically, like, because with how everything's looking, like they could send 3, like still they could really send 3, especially if like, because we had going into the year, we didn't have Washington or Dallas making the playoffs. I don't think I might have had Dallas in it, but like CD's out for multiple weeks now. Like once CD left that game against Chicago, the whole game changed. So
I had
like
Atlanta in there.
So like it could be, it could be interesting. But if I think it's all smoke. I think Carson Wentz is going to start the rest of the year.
The rest of the year. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I think that. Barring any
injury or,
injury, I think he starts the rest of the year. Yeah, I think he starts the rest of the year because he's a grown up in that room. Like Jay McCarthy's 22 years old. Like,
right.
Like what
he
is
still
like,
isn't ready.
Yeah, he's just, and that's like people are so quick to call, and I'm still in on JJ McCarthy, but like just in the NFL as a whole, I think people are too quick to call somebody a bust or somebody off bat. And we'll talk about the Michael Penix performance, but like, I think Mahomes sat years.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jordan Love sat years. Like there's only a dime a dozen quarterbacks that come in and is good right away. And we've seen that kind of regression. CJ Stroud was good right away, and he hasn't been the same player since. More so because of the O-line and infrastructure on the offense, but like not everybody is going to light the world on fire like Jane Daniels, CJ Stroud, like even like Bo Nix. Like his shit's more based off like how good that infrastructure is rather than him going out here like Jane Daniels was. So like, I don't know. I think him specifically is going to take time, but like this kind of gives me to the back end point of like Sam Darnold was there. Like you could have just brought him back. Like
I mean, Daniel Jones was there, man. Daniel Jones.
But like Sam Darnold, like he just gave them everything they wanted. Like a quarterback that could take care of the ball at times. Like he had his moments, but like this is his first year in that big of a spot with a good enough team that could actually win. So like it's basically like quote unquote like a rookie year rebirth for him in terms of a team that can compete and him being as good of a player. But like a strong arm, mobile enough in the pocket, can make plays with his legs when needed, like can make the tight window throws. But like you didn't want to pay him the money. But I don't know. It's going to be an interesting conversation if Wentz does play good going into the offseason again, because it'll be the same thing you just went through. McCarthy's still going to be there, but Wentz got you to the playoffs and you were a wild card team, and then it's like, say you won a playoff game or didn't win a playoff game, but you got to the playoffs again in a tough ass division.
What do you do then?
Like, what are you doing then? Are you going to just go into next year and being like, all right, we're going to see if McCarthy works, then go get some veteran backup guy that takes the reins again? So like that's my problem.
Mac Jones or something.
Yeah.
And
Mac Jones even hooping. So it's a very interesting thing.
But it's a weird. You guys are in a weird spot. I mean, going back, I did say, I will take that. I did say that Daniel Jones was a spot where I think you guys could have gone and just re-signed him to another 1-year deal. I'm okay with you guys not signing Sam Darnold back because I think this could work. Like, I think this Carson Wentz, like I said, could work. I think you guys could make it work with pretty much any quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over at an alarming rate and can make quick, good decisions. So yeah, I was okay with either decision there because of the roster that you guys have. If you signed Sam Darnold, some of that cap does go down. So like, yeah, I think you guys are in an okay spot overall. It just sucks, this division's the best in football.
Yeah, I just like Sam Darnold's ability to just
for
push
sure.
the ball downfield more than any of the quarterbacks that we've named so far. But like, we'll see what happens with Wentz. But I do think it could be a hot take. I don't even think it's a hot take at this point. But I do think he starts the rest of the year. Like, could you imagine? Say you're 2-1 now. Say you go 4-1 to the bye. Win these next two. You have that Philly game after the bye.
That's roughly when that JJ. They said JJ would be back, right, around the bye. So that's going to be an interesting conversation.
Going into the Eagles game, and say you play the Eagles relatively tough and go 4-2. Like, are you going to really be like, all right, we're going to go back to McCarthy after Wentz has like a pretty solid game against the Eagles? Like, no, you're
not. And you shouldn't.
But Bengals season is definitely over. They're going to be picking top 5. I have seen Trey Hendrickson possibly on the move to like the Niners or a team because they just lost Bosa for the rest of the year. They definitely could use another edge rusher. I don't know about their cap situation or their money situation, but he's a name that if you were going to get something for, like, now would be the time because you're not competing. Not with how good the Chargers look, and you saw Denver and the Colts are emerging. Like, you're just not competing for a wild card spot without Burrow.
I mean, you're 2-1. I don't know their next few games, but like, you don't think they can? Like, you got to at least fight for it now. Like, you can't quit 3 weeks into the season.
So their next, oh no, they're cooked.
Fuck, that's not what I wanted to hear.
Now. No, they're cooked.
Can you give me the next 5?
Next 5?
Yeah.
Broncos next Monday night on the road.
That's a loss. That's a tough loss.
Detroit at home.
Oh my God, absolutely dismantled.
Green Bay and Lambeau.
No.
Steelers at home.
We might win that one.
Jets. No, they're cooked.
Yeah, no, they're probably cooked.
They go. Wow. Back end of the year, they go Ravens on the road, Bills on the road, Ravens again in 3 weeks.
That's the last 3 weeks of the year?
No, that's before the last 3 weeks of the year.
Yeah, no, they're probably cooked, but like, let's say you could squeak out a few more and they're like 4-4 maybe. I don't know when Joe's supposed to be back. Probably not to like week 13 or something. They said week 14. Oh, I don't know. They're probably cooked. But if you can somehow keep your head above water with Jake Browning, I don't see that happening with how bad this defense is and just how much struggles we're going to see. I just don't think Jake Browning's very good at football. So,
if the defense was better and the defense was able to like be a reason they won a game or two, like, it'd be different. But
like, if it was like they were Vikings defense, if they had your guys' defense straight up, I'd be like, they're probably still good. But
yeah,
they just don't have that.
But and then it's like, who should they trade for? Like, you're not trading for anybody that's going to make it better. Like, yeah, like, James would be fun just because he's pushing the ball downfield.
Yeah.
Like, now you have Jackson Dart. I've already seen like the Russell Wilson, but like, what's Russ doing for you with the bad O-line? Like, no, he's not the guy for that. Kirk Cousins, like, you don't have the money to go get Kirk Cousins. You're already a cheap ass team anyways. Yeah, like, you're not trading. And Kirk Cousins go fuck around, be Atlanta's QB, like, barring any more performances.
Yeah,
like,
they just saw themselves lose 30-0. They are not trading away Kirk Cousins.
Right. But getting into next takeaway is basically I'm out on the Texans. Like,
my Jags, come on now.
They are both teams wanting to lose that fucking game so bad.
That was rough.
It was just like that Texans defense is still stout and still so good. But it's just like, it seems like they've poured so much into the defensive side of the ball to where they just thought CJ Stroud could elevate the offense just enough. And that's been far from the case. Like, them not having Tank Dell isn't getting talked about enough because this is a team that also won a playoff game last year, like and lost to the Chiefs in the
I
divisional.
mean,
So
they went
like,
out and drafted a wide receiver in Jaden Higgins. They
yeah,
grabbed Christian Kirk, and you just can't. They can't stop Nico Collins from being double teamed and being just absolutely taken out of the game plan for multiple quarters at a time.
but this is what happens when you go into the season and your O line's bad and your RB1 is Nick Chubb.
Yeah, he has no time to throw. Nick
Yeah,
Chubb is
and
not.
no run
Yeah,
game.
Nick Chubb ain't doing nothing.
And I haven't heard a single thing about Joe Mixon being back anytime soon.
Yeah.
And they're already 0-3. The Colts are 3-0. The Jags are 2-1, and the Jags realistically should also be 3-0. Like, I just think the Texans need to go into this offseason and like make some shit happen big time for the offense. Like, you're gonna get Tank Dell back probably next year. You're gonna have Nico Collins, but like, this is my whole problem. You reshuffled the O line and it got worse from last year.
Yeah, and I don't think this is a D'Amico Ryans issue, like at all.
No, I don't.
Like at all.
I don't want to see him get put under fire like at all. Actually,
No.
So because he is leading, I'd say a top 5 unit, 5-6 unit defensively.
Mhm.
Like
Something like that.
Like they
there.
get after it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not that. It's just the offense has regressed so much because CJ Stroud has no time to really throw, and some of his throws have just been
And he has regression.
inaccurate.
Yeah, he's regressed himself a little bit. Yeah, he's not playing as good as he was the first 18 games of his career.
Yeah, he's aware of the O-line play. He's aware that they can't run the football effectively. Like, he's aware of these things. Like, so I think that's a big part of it, to where like he thinks he needs to do more than what he probably should be doing. But like, it's also tough that you don't have a run game and you don't really have Tank Dell. Like, Nico Collins is the best
It's just
receiver,
Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz. Like, that's all you got.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't know.
But
I'm out on them too. I mean, I had them.
Cooked.
I think I had them maybe making the playoffs. I didn't have them winning the division. I had the Jags winning it, but I don't know. I didn't think they'd be this bad. We all knew once they traded away Tunsil that this O-line was going to continue to be bad. But yeah, this is tough.
Yeah, no,
like just compared to the AFC, like you're just not going to be able to make a comeback from 0-3.
No. And especially if the Colts keep it up and do what they're doing, I think it's
you're gonna lose the Colts. Like, yeah.
And then next week they have the Titans at home.
We better win that.
So, yeah, they go Titans, Ravens, and bye. Actually,
I mean, I was just watching bad ball out of the Titans this week.
It was just,
Brian Callahan might be the worst coach in the league.
Yeah, he's somebody that they drafted somebody a year into his tendency, and he's going to be gone, and there's going to be somebody else in there that makes more sense.
Next coach.
Yep. So that's going to be
what's going on. He doesn't deserve this job.
No. But the Titans they need to just more talent, and then more and more talent on that team. That's basically where they're at now.
God, how did Calvin Ridley age 10 years in like 2 years?
Because he's somebody that should be a 2 right now, not a 1.
Yeah.
It's basically
like
what
20.
it is.
I just remember him being like 23 years old on the Falcons. All of a sudden, he's 30. It feels like. I don't know how old he is, but it feels like he's 30.
Mm-hmm. Another takeaway I had was I am not worried about Michael Penix. Getting shut out by the Panthers is embarrassing and bad, but I am also we kind of just talked about it with McCarthy, but like, if Michael Penix was the starter for the entirety of last year, I would be looking at this differently. But this is basically his rookie year. The end of last year and then the start of this year is basically a full rookie year for him. And I would say this is his first actually bad performance that he's had. Right. Got thrown into the fire at the end of last year from the Kirk Cousins shit, where Atlanta could have still made the playoffs.
This is only like his
in a position
fifth start, right?
5th or 6th start.
Yeah.
And this is his first like bad performance. And I think it's going to be fine. But if it does continue, I wouldn't be shocked if Kirk Cousins gets the nod again. There's a reason they kept Kirk Cousins in-house and didn't just trade him.
Because they're another team that I think is like, we're trying to win.
Yeah.
Like, we're not
They have good enough
developing.
weapons, and that defense has taken a
That's
step.
why I'm confused as to why they once scored 0 points. Like they have weapons everywhere. Their whole team is healthy. All their weapons are healthy. I mean, I know Drake London is semi-hurt, and Darnell Mooney isn't 100% either, but they were all playing, if I remember correctly. So like, I don't know what was happening, but I still believe in Penix too. It's just what the fuck.
I think this was you got a big time win on the road against the Vikings on Sunday night. This was against the Panthers. Should have beat them.
And I do
this
know
is the biggest letdown spot.
I do know very early on, like I think it was like second quarter or something. They were already going because they were down like 17-0. They were already going like 4 down territory very early. So like then you're giving yourself no chance to get field goals. So like they could have scored some points. I think they just were already down early, so they just forced themselves to go down.
Parker Romo, their kicker now that replaced Koo, he went out there and missed 2 field goals in the first half.
There you go. That'll do it.
So like kicker problems, and then it just seemed like one of those games where everything went right for the Panthers. But I'm not crazy worried about Penix, honestly. Not even he's probably hasn't even had 10 starts in his career, so I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Next I like Jackson Dart getting the start moving forward. When I look at the Giants, like they have talent on both sides. Scadaboo seems like a guy for them. With Tyrone Tracy being out, Scadaboo seems like a guy for them that just gives them juice. Like some teams and offenses just need juice, and the Giants are one of them. Defensively, they're stout on that line. We've already talked about them a ton in the past couple episodes, but like Jackson Dart being able to maneuver in the pocket and be more mobile than Russ and just have a bigger arm and a stronger arm than Russ. Like he's going to be like a guy that comes in and like almost like a Baker in a way with how he plays. If you've like seen any like Jackson Dart like college tape, like he is somebody that can make plays with his legs and can make plays with his arms.
Yeah.
And like I just think he's going to be fine with the Giants. It sucks that their schedule is as tough as it is, but I'm perfectly fine seeing what Jackson Dart has because I just think he gives this team a lot more juice going into the year, really, the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have a little bit of a different take on it. I'm a little bit worried just because of like everything feels so reactionary out of the Giants, man. Like it feels like they don't really know what's going on. They're just kind of reacting. Like they're just throwing Jackson Dart in there just because of what everyone's saying. The way that they were utilizing him, just throwing him in for random ass like handoffs.
I was about to bring that up.
It felt weird to me. I didn't like it. Like it felt like they didn't know what was going on. Like Russell Wilson was running back onto the field between plays and then running back off, like because it was like he thought he was getting put back in. Like it all just feels very just off a little bit to me. Like we knew what Russ was. Like I know he just threw for 450 yards against the Cowboys, but like we saw those moonshots and no way you thought like this was your guy. Like it doesn't feel at all like there's a plan to any of this. It's just all right, just whatever. We're just kind of going off of what happens, and I just don't like that. For Jackson Dart, I feel like this is just very weird, and I think bad things could happen and come from it. Like I feel like he could just look bad one game. We're just gonna look. Malik Neighbors is gonna have no target still, and things are just gonna be weird. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like the vibes in New York.
I was always of the mindset is like the Giants had talent, but we never put them in a serious conversation of competing.
No.
So it's like, why is Russ starting in general?
Yeah.
Like they must think in-house that they are a lot better than what they actually are.
Right.
And they thought Russ could be enough to like win them some football games, but he's obviously not at that point in his career. He is a backup at this point in his career. So like looking at that, it was like, why don't you just roll the dice and just see what you have in Dart rather than just like throwing Russ out there for what really? Like what are you like it shows that they do think they're a competent team when it comes to winning.
Yeah.
That's what it shows. Because if they were like a true rebuilding team, I think Dart would have got the start day one.
Yeah.
You drafted him in the first round.
Yep.
And what they have, this rookie class for them could be really good. Like you have Abdul Carter, you have Jackson Dart, Scadaboo looks really, really solid.
Fucking good in run defense.
Yeah. So like they have this rookie class for them could be a hit with what they already have on defense and on offense. But like it's also I've seen some things where it's like Malik Neighbors, like people are like, you just gotta give Malik Neighbors the ball. Malik Neighbors is not getting open. Malik Neighbors is not creating
Yeah.
separation. Like, that's a big thing I see. It's like, when you're
Sometimes
just
he's
in,
like doing shit wrong. Sometimes it is
yeah,
Malik
like,
Neighbors.
and that shit goes for receivers in general. Like, everybody's like, this receiver is just not getting touches. It's on the quarterback. But there's also times where, like, kind of talk about Marvin Harrison, drops. Brian Thomas Jr. drops. Not getting separation. Not getting
Not
open.
running the
like,
right route.
Like, in the 3 receivers I named are all young receivers. First, second year guys. Like, the thing is, like, we've been spoiled as NFL fans. And this kind of goes back to the, not every quarterback is going to come into the league and be Stroud and Jane Daniels and shit like that. Like, same goes for receivers. Not every receiver is coming into the league. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase.
Hey, even Jamar
Puka
Chase
Nacua,
early in training camp had those drop woes,
drops.
and everyone was like, bust right away.
Yeah. Like, give them some time. Like, everybody's so out on Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, and this kind of goes into the pivot to that conversation of, like, him and his drop, saying with Brian Thomas Jr., like, these are such young receivers. And I can just tell, playing with Kyler's not the best thrower of the football.
Yeah.
Like, they are a run scheme offense that utilizes their tight end and Trey McBride. Like,
they use play action like crazy. They use their tight ends a lot. Yeah.
Like, it's on Marvin Harrison for the drops, but it's also, like, give these players some grace and some time.
Like, a lot of his routes are like single routes, double, only 2 people running routes. Like, sometimes it's hard, man. I love Marvin Harrison. I think he's definitely going to be fine. Same thing with Brian Thomas. Like, I think all those guys, I think they're completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
and
tough.
I feel like, kind of pivoting to that too, like, we haven't seen the best ball from the Jags because you got to think this is an entire new everything for them. You're implementing Travis Hunter, T. Law's back. Like, I already brought up a couple episodes ago, like, when Brian Thomas Jr. was eating back half of last year, it was more so Mac Jones when the games didn't matter. Like, Liam Cohen, he's still finding his footing as a head coach, and they're 2-1. They should be 3-0. So, like, looking at that, I think they're in a good spot. But, like, the Cardinals are the Cardinals. They're going to have some ugly wins, some ugly losses, but, like, they're going to be floating around a little bit above 500 a whole year. But all these young receivers, like, I feel like people expect high shit out of everybody that comes in and has a really good year one and acts like that's just what they are the rest of their career, when there could be some ups and some downs. Like, sorry, not everybody is. We talk about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. It's them two, and then there's a gap, and then it's everybody else at the position. Like not, and they both came in like they're not.
And like,
doing
it almost
that.
seems like a little bit like CD. CD's probably like number 3, maybe number 4, and he is even like that. Like, you're not going to have people like that.
Yeah, like, it's just tough. I think we just need to pump the brakes.
Quentin Johnston couldn't catch his first 2 years of football. Now he's coming out. He's like a top 5 receiver in ball the first 3 weeks. Like,
yeah, like it takes time. People got to find their footing, and Quentin Johnston's a great example of somebody who everybody thought was a bust, but then you bring in coaching with Harbaugh, you give him more confidence, and you also just give him more, I guess, wiggle room because you brought back Keenan Allen and you have Ladd McConkey. Like, and you good at utilizing your tight ends, and you have a good run game. Like,
that year, he was supposed to be the one, because like that was either Keenan got hurt like his first year, or like Mike Williams also got hurt, and like it was supposed to be that Quentin Johnston show, and it just didn't happen. Like, that's all right.
But now the receiver room's looking
insane,
disgusting.
Ladd McConkey's like 3 now. The fuck.
So it's very interesting. Going into kind of the Patriots, you weren't as high on them as like me and Cole were. They're just clearly a year away. A young team that is getting in their own way. They probably should have won this game this past weekend, but a lot of the fumbles. Trevion Henderson should be the number 1 running back going forward. Stevenson, fumble problems. He has more fumbles than touchdowns in the past season or 2. And then Antonio Gibson, another fumble as well. Like, you don't take running backs where you take them in the draft and then like put them on your depth chart because you paid Ramondre Stevenson when you probably shouldn't have. Like, it was just shit like that. But I just think they're a year away.
Yeah, they are.
From being anything for real. Might have jumped the gun a little bit too early, especially because like in that division, like the Dolphins can still beat them. Like, the Jets can give them a run if they're fully healthy. Like, they're just a year away.
Yeah, I agree. Like what I see from Drake May though.
Yeah, he seems like the guy for them. Next, getting to the Browns' defense is great. Probably the best defense in the league.
Myles Garrett's the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter.
like Cleveland really scored like all their points in the last like 4 minutes of the game, bro. Yeah, I mean, like I was also like not low on Green Bay, but like we need to pump our brakes a little bit. This team is very inconsistent. We've seen that all the time. And lo and behold, they lose to the Cleveland Browns. So I think they're fine. I think they're going to be okay. I don't know if they're going to win this division. I still think Detroit might be better than them. I know they just beat them head to head, but I think Detroit could be a better regular season team than them. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Cleveland, amazing defense, probably top 5 still, like they have been the past 5 years, it feels like. Yeah, but I mean, that offense just is so bad. I don't know. Again, why are we playing Joe Flacco, dude?
Kind of the same argument I have with the Giants. Like, a good defense that, like, isn't really in position to, like, win games, but you're, like, have rookie guys that you drafted, like, just sitting on the bench because
like
you want to play this older guy.
You just beat a top 5 to 10 team in the league. And we're just, okay, yeah, let's just keep throwing out Joe Flacco. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Quinshon Judkins has really helped them,
yeah.
though.
Oh, yeah, he's a dog.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the one there.
Fuck.
I don't want to see no more Jerome Ford.
Ford does
like,
not
he's
need
the
to
one
get
there.
into snaps.
Right. And then, more so going into Green Bay, I know we've had, and it's not like the classic thing for Packers to say, but it's just like, oh, we have a bunch of different receivers we can throw the ball to. I would rather have the specific, and they just got done playing the Browns, a really, really good defense, like we just said. I would rather have the one undisputed guy in my receiver room than a bunch of 2s and 3s.
I mean, did Matthew Golden do anything in this game? He had 52 yards. Okay.
He had one catch that he probably should have housed for a touchdown, but like ran out of bounds. But like you said, it's inconsistent. I think that is a big reason and a cause of that is like having so many different guys in that receiver room. The variety is so high that it doesn't lead to a whole lot of consistency.
Yeah, and then like you lose, like let's say you lose one guy like Jayden Reed. Now all of a sudden, well, oh yeah, we have some guys. If you lose another guy, well, oh yeah, we have 2 guys that are all right. Like you have nobody that can really get open consistently and like get space.
They're so game to game dependent on a Jayden Reed going off, a Dontavian Wicks having a game, and Matthew Golden having a game, like a Tucker Kraft having a game, like. And he came to this game hurt as well with a knee injury or whatever. Yeah. But, like, the offensive line, like, they just got pushed around. This is like a back-to-back week where the Browns have shut down the run game. They held Derrick Henry to nothing, really, and Josh Jacobs to nothing, really.
Shut him down.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. But if they had any sort of offense, this team would be so solid. Like, this would be a tough team to play if they had any kind of offense. But we've had this talk about the Browns for years. But if you're the Packers, I agree, pump the brakes a little bit just because this team is very up and down. Like, they can either be a top 3 team or a team in the teens, like, realistically. Because Jordan Love, their quarterback, is inconsistent.
He does throw. He throws interceptions. He is not afraid.
You know what's crazy?
What?
Micah Parsons, one of the best defensive players in the world, can be inconsistent. Like, their whole roster is just inconsistent. Yes. So let's pump the brakes on it. And I do agree. I think it's still Detroit's division. Not really just saying off of what happened this past week against Baltimore, but just it's always been there.
It's always been there. They're just such a more like regular season team. I think Green Bay can beat anybody on any given day, but Detroit is so much more consistent for like a regular season team.
Right. I know. I'm hearing you for sure. But pump the brakes on the Packers. Who do the Packers have next week? The Packers have the boys. Sunday night.
Damn it. Get right game.
Yeah.
Get right game with the Packers.
Next one I have, I think I'm in on the Seahawks. I know they just got done playing the Saints, but they're a team that kind of is sneaky complete. I know they had a lot of question marks going into the year, but they're a team that, with Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, if you're not having Kenneth Walker in fantasy, which is something I deal with every week, but they have a really good, I think I said before the season, it was one of my hot takes that they, at the end of the year, Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker could be like not in the conversation with Monten Gibbs, but like looked at as a real threat and a real duo.
Yeah.
But you have them two. Cooper Kupp is always reliable when you need him to be. And then JSN, I feel like, is a true number 1 in this league. Yeah. I think he's sneakily in the top 10 conversations for receivers in the league. He is somebody that is great in one-on-one, can play in the slot, can play all over the field, and he's just great. And you have Sam Darnold, who has a big arm.
Yeah.
That is more conservative than Geno Smith, which I think is a thing that doesn't get talked about enough. But Geno puts the ball in harm's way so much compared to Sam Darnold. He's just more conservative of a player. And you have a good defense. Like, you're a really balanced all-around offense that can lean on the defense when it needs to. And, like, looking at their wins, Steelers one was a really good win. I know they had that kind of fluky, like Caleb Johnson made the mistake on the punt return. They killed the Saints, and the offense looked really good. And then in week, who did they play in week? And they lost to the Niners week one.
Yeah.
So divisional opponent. So you being 2-1, I think is a really, really good spot in the division because we never really know what Arizona is going to be on a game-to-game basis. And now they have the Cardinals on Thursday night, which I think is going to be a really, really good game.
That's a big game.
Yeah. Especially, like...
The Niners are very hurt. Like, they're feeling all right at 3-0, but they're so hurt. Like, they're getting more hurt every week. Nick Bosa just tore his ACL. Like, so yeah, I was not in on Seattle before the year, and I'm way more in now. Like, I was watching a little bit of that game. Like, even their special teams looks amazing. Like, they might be the best special teams unit in the league. We know that defense is great. Yeah, and I mean, if you're multifaceted, and if Sam Darnold can just not throw turnovers, not turn over the ball, they can make a run at that division with the 49ers being all hurt, for sure.
Yeah, like, they're in a really, really good spot.
Down that they lost the 49ers. Now that you don't have the tiebreaker, but, like, I think they'll be all right.
They still got to worry about the Rams.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I forgot about them for a second.
So, but, like, if they can... I think eventually the Niners won't be able to sustain all these injuries. I think eventually they're going to need Kittle. Right. They're going to need Ayuk. Like, they're winning games now handily, but, like, they're ugly games. Like, eventually there's going to be some teams, and they have the weakest schedule in all of football, so it could be wrong because they got the Jags at home, which is another winnable game for them. And Brock Purdy's supposed to be back, but they're CMC and Pearsall, like, and they just utilize it's Shanahan, like, he just knows how to get the most out of his guys. But I think eventually those injuries will come back, especially if they don't replace Bosa, will come back to bite them. And if Seattle can just stay a little bit ahead, like, I think they're going to be fine. I think if Seattle doesn't go on like a 2-3 game skid, I think they're going to be in a really, really good position because we talk about the Rams highly. The Rams are also a team that can be very up and down.
Yes.
So, like,
that offense can.
The Rams, I feel like every year have like two or three losses that keep them from winning the division every year and keeps them in the wild card. To where I know they won last year in the division, but, like, I feel like the past years they've always had like 2 or 3 losses that they probably shouldn't have. Not saying you got to bank on that if you're a Seattle fan, but, like, the Seattle Seahawks are in really good position right now, especially if they can win on Thursday night, which I think they can.
Yep.
And then that kind of, like, comboed up with my next takeaway is, like, the Niners just need to get healthy. Like, I kind of put those two takes into one. Like, you can win ugly games all you want, but at the end of the day, you're going to need to get your guys back eventually.
Yes. It's just like
the Bosa loss is huge.
It's just, dude. How do you keep getting more hurt and you keep winning games? It makes no sense. Mac Jones, 284 yards. Like, CMC looked amazing as a pass catcher. Ricky Pearsall over 100 yards. Like you said, they just win ugly. And I guess if you can just keep winning ugly, you said they have the easiest schedule in the league. Like, they can be fine. I think that this defense is still good enough if you replace Nick Bosa. Like, that's a real bad injury, but I think they'll be okay if they can get everybody back.
They're 3-0 right now. Another winnable game. Like, say there's a world where they just have the weakest schedule in football to where, like, they're just in position to just win the division again.
Right.
They would be, might be a little bit of a hot take. Whoever the 5 seed is,
easy win,
would be favored in that game in San Fran. Even if they had Kittle, Ayuk, who knows what Ayuk's going to look like coming off this ACL. Like Kittle with the hamstring, those things linger, but it's George Kittle. I think he'll be fine once he gets back on the field.
Yeah.
Like, Brock Purdy, he even, like, with him getting paid past couple seasons, he's been in and out, like, multiple times. Like, even they would get the 4 seed probably, I would say. 3 or 4 seed, whoever they would play in that wild card,
it's going to be a tough
game.
They
wouldn't be favored.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be favored.
Right.
Because you got to think it's either Green Bay, say the Rams are the second in that division and they're in the wild card.
Green Bay,
say
Rams,
Minnesota's in that mix.
Yeah, Seattle, maybe Washington.
Yeah, like you got two of those teams that you could play if they won the division would be in your own like division.
It'd be
Like,
close
that'd
for
be those would
sure.
be
Like,
good
yeah,
games.
you're
Yeah.
right. They might be underdogs versus like most of those teams,
I think if they played the
except for like
Packers,
Seattle.
they'd be dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if they played the Packers, they'd be dogs. That's
If
the
they
one
play
team I would
Commanders,
say.
maybe they might be dogs.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think my take is really I think the Niners are fine, but I think eventually they're gonna have to either make a move or get healthy.
Right.
Or both.
Right.
Because even then if they don't replace Bosa, I'm like, man, like where's
like
this rush coming from?
Yeah, like, and how much are you putting on Christian McCaffrey? How long is he
Mhm.
going to stay healthy if you're putting this whole offense on him?
I'm not so worried about the injuries. Obviously they can happen at any time, but they are with how much they're utilizing him, I think they're so not worried. I think he does like feel good. Like
Oh yeah, I bet he
they
does
would
too. I'm
put the
saying like
workload on him.
how
Yeah.
much can you put on him throughout the whole year to where you think he's going to stay healthy the entire time? I know it's a lot of fluke shit, but like fluke shit happens to him so much that it's like,
Yeah.
can I really give this guy 300 touches in a season?
Mhm. I think if they were able to like limp their way to winning the division or in a wild card, I just don't think it would end well for them.
Yeah.
I think out of any team, like how everybody looks at Tampa when they win the division every year and they're always the 4,
Yeah.
like it's a pick 'em
sure.
with whoever they fucking
Right.
play because they're playing the best team that didn't win the division. So I think that's going to be the situation they're in
Right.
come playoff time. Getting into it, we can talk about Dallas and the Bears game because I didn't really have any takeaways from that. Kind of like giving you the floor of what you think.
I mean, it's over. The season's over, probably. The defense just can't stop anybody. So yeah, I don't think we were trying to be like the Bengals. Our offense just isn't consistent enough, especially with now CeeDee Lamb probably missing like 3 to 4 weeks. It said 2 to 4 weeks. Dak looked good again. I think he forced a 4th down throw in the red zone or in the end zone. Got intercepted. Like that was just a bad one. But like most of the time, Dak has looked really good this entire season. Javante's looked really, really good. Except that fumble that kind of ruined our opening drive. But that was just a really good play by that defense.
They were moving.
That was also a chunk play. It was like a 20-yard run. Like
that was also a crazy play.
Crazy punch out by the defender and just snags it from him. Like whatever. Like it just sucks. You lose CD now, and we just obviously just did not look at this defense enough. Deron Bland's out. Like that sucks. You traded away Micah Parsons. I understand why, but like fuck. I'm not saying I don't think Micah Parsons would have I don't think we win that game with Micah Parsons or anything like that. But like
no.
I don't know. Trayvon Diggs is not the guy we thought he was. We gave him a 5-year contract for like $100 million. That dude is absolute buns. He's getting torched every single down. I know he's amazing. I get why we paid him, but like you don't pay someone like Micah who's not getting injured and who's like, I don't know, everything. And like,
they picked the
wrong guy. And I guess, I can't fault you for picking the wrong guy, but like it's just looking terrible. I mean, Trayvon Diggs legit looks terrible. He is getting burnt by everybody. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's really no hope for this year. Maybe we can sneak out like 8-9 wins, but like we have a tough schedule. Play Green Bay this week. Going to lose that one. Then you're at 1-3. Like, probably.
You're 1-3. Then you have the Jets, Panthers.
Okay. Keep going.
Bye.
3-3 at the bye. Like that's not good enough.
Could be 3-3 at the bye. Then Broncos. Then Cardinals. Then
Jesus.
Where are you guys at? Yeah, so like
just a mid schedule.
Yeah, just a pretty mid schedule. Like you never know though.
Never know, but like I just don't think with this tough, like with how tough of a conference it is, and we've been just talking about all these teams, I don't think we can compete with like San Fran, even hurt right now. I think we lose to San Fran. Like if Brock Purdy played, because like Brock Purdy would oh my god, Ricky Pearsall would fucking cook us right now.
It's more so just that secondary.
Yeah, like, I mean, we can't get any pressure. The D-line's looking not great. Kenny Clark just got hurt as well. Dante Fowler's like our sack leader. We have 4 sacks in 3 games. Yeah, I mean, Matt Eberflus just doesn't look good. As a play caller, nothing looks good. So,
but I will say, to give Cowboys fans a little bit more hope, I still think you guys are in a better position going in the next couple of years with those
going in the
extra
next
draft
couple of
picks.
years, I think so too. Like a big picture
And having a
this year,
full off season
it's over.
with cap space, I think is going to. It also didn't help that you guys probably should have traded Micah before the draft and then used the draft
any
pick,
time other than the point we did.
Yeah. So next offseason, I'm really looking at the Cowboys to do something. I know it's a big thing with Jerry Jones and not doing shit, but like we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And then Caleb, all I have to say is really good game to build the confidence.
But like Russell Wilson
Yep.
looked great.
Exactly.
So I'm not really giving Caleb Williams shit for that.
They got the Raiders next week, and then they go into their bye, and then after the bye, they got the Commanders.
They're still the worst team in the division, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Just making sure. Like even with Carson Wentz, I think Minnesota's better.
Yeah. Like, and to think of it that way, like if Carson Wentz played week 1,
I forgot you just played. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. So we beat them already. Yeah. So like, we'll see. But next kind of takeaway is might be a hot take, but with how everything's looking with the Ravens right now, they could possibly be 1-3 after this.
I think they do beat the Chiefs, but like they definitely could be 1-3.
Yeah,
with the vibes now, great.
I think Justin Herbert's going to win MVP.
I love that. I love that take.
I think he's going to win MVP. With whatever happens this weekend with the Chiefs, if they go 2-2 or 1-3, like I think he's going to win it. I think especially if the Ravens aren't competing for the 1 seed,
right,
which it doesn't look like that's a thing for them right now.
Yeah.
How can you really put Lamar back in the MVP talks? And then it's like really him and Josh Allen.
But like James Cook is having another great year. Probably going to take a bunch of. I don't think Josh Allen's going to have the stats he did last year. I don't think he's on the pace for it.
They also have a weak schedule.
Yeah. So I think he might be. I mean, hey, I like it. I mean, who else is in there right now? Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones. No, I'm just kidding. Baker.
I think it's going to come down to them two.
Him and Josh.
Yeah. If you want to
throw
Hurts in there,
Najee just got hurt. By the way they've been playing, we thought they were going to be like a rush first offense, but they haven't been playing like that. They've been very pass first. So like, got to think that's only going to probably stay the same unless Omarion Hampton looks crazy good, but he has not so far. So I don't see any reason why they wouldn't continue to be pass happy. That fucking throw he made, dude. Oh my God.
I think the 4 at the end of the year is going to probably end up being Allen, Herbert, Hurts, and
say it.
Baker
I knew it. Oh, come on now.
Baker will be in there.
Let's go.
Baker's had a great start to the season in terms of just like narratives, 2 comeback wins, late fourth quarter drives to win the game, and now they have Philly this next week. No Mike Evans, injuries to your O-line. Tristan Wirfs hasn't played, but you're 3-0, so you go to 3-1 here. I think you're fine. Then you got Seattle, which is going to be a tough game, and then you got the Niners. So they got some tough games coming up. But I think Baker, and he's really hasn't had the turnovers like he did last year. So if he's a stats-wise guy, if they win the division, which I think they will.
He's having the moments so far, too.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's going to be the 4 that is like head and shoulders above everybody else. Lamar could easily get back in that conversation, but
yeah. Lamar could.
That defense is scary. We can jump in. We can talk a little bit about the Rams game before we get into the Monday night game. Like, it was really just like a game the Rams should have won. Like I kind of said earlier, like the Rams lose 2 or 3 games a year that they should win.
Like 26-9 or something like that, 26-7.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, in no world should you have lost that game. Yeah, and like you said, they always lose games like that. And it's the reason why they are usually not winning the division.
But Puka looks elite.
Devontae Adams looks great.
Looks good. Had a tough matchup against Quinyon Mitchell. Like, that's always going to be a good matchup. But
we knew this was the team that could beat them, and they were obviously on the way to. It's just Philly's great, and what a second half on Earth.
The 2 blocked field goals were so interesting because, like, the kicker had no sense of urgency after being blocked.
But I didn't really look at it. Like
he the one to win the game was like so weird. Like it was like he was just like, I'm not a kicker. Somebody in the comments tell me if I'm tweaking out or not. But like, you would think if you got blocked the drive before,
like we got to change something up, or we got to be quick.
We would move with more urgency,
right?
And he just didn't. And then it's just like,
I mean, I get the whole like I'm not gonna be thrown off by getting my getting blocked once. Like I'm still gonna kick it the exact same. I get that.
But game on the line, drive before you got blocked, and what gave them a chance to get back in the game. It's like, okay, like you would think there's a little bit more. And then like Matthew Stafford, I had no like when the Rams got the ball back, I was like, oh, they have a chance to win the game because they're gonna get the field goal. Like it was Puka, and then they were in field goal range, and then I was like, wow, they just sold the absolute shit out of Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
And because they did a great job of keeping Saquon Barkley in check, because in the games last year, Saquon just had his way. A.J. Brown, like they finally realized we have A.J. Brown. And I understand like the narratives I have with Jalen Hurts and why I wouldn't say he's a top 5 quarterback. We talk about this in the chat at least once a week. Like, it's not that he can't, but I can't put him in the same conversations as guys that have
do it
to play that way, that do it consistently.
Right.
I can't put him in the same conversations as those guys.
I get it.
Because he is somebody, yes, he can, and he's very aware of the moment when the games are going on, of when he needs to take assertiveness and throw the ball downfield and get guys. But like, his team is so good to where he has that ability to just hand the bitch off. There's teams and quarterbacks that don't have that.
Yeah.
He might be the only quarterback that has the ability to throw the ball 25 times and they're going to win the game. Like, that's not my problem. He can make the throws. He can do it. But I can't put him in the same conversation like he's not in the position to where he has to do that. And it's like, oh, they're winning football games. I understand that.
Why does it
matter? But yeah, why does it matter? He's winning games. But I can't put him in conversations with Herbert, who's making elite level throws and still winning games, or Josh Allen, who's doing everything on the earth to win games and doing it, but you want to put him in top 5 conversations? You can't.
Yeah, I get it.
Let's like, you want to put him in a conversation of top 5? Well, you got Patrick Mahomes. I know they just beat him twice in the past like 12 months, but like Patrick Mahomes fighting for his life out here.
Yeah.
He can't just hand the ball off. And the Chiefs are still a good team. We're not going to act like the Chiefs are bottom feeders. Like, I just think him being in certain conversations is a disservice to the quarterbacks that he's in that conversation with, that people put him in. Because he doesn't have to do half the shit. And I know it's like the team's so good, he doesn't have to do it.
It's a weird conversation. It's like, it's a sticky, I don't know. Because I definitely see the other side of it. Because it's like, he can't, like, we just saw him win the Super Bowl. Like, he won the Super Bowl, and he's continuing, he's one of the winningest quarterbacks in the league. Like, but yeah, you're exactly right. I don't have to consistently see him go out there and make those plays, because it's so safe. Like, it's so set up for him not to do that at all. Like every throw that he makes, not every throw. Like, these throws that he was making in the first half, like, he had 18 yards, bro. Like, they didn't have to throw it, and every throw that he did have, they were setting it up easily for him.
I think he's a good quarterback, but in no world do I think he's top 5.
I don't think he's top 5.
I think the guys in the top 5 are just purely better players than him. I think Josh Allen is just a better player. Mahomes is a better player. Lamar, a better player. Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, better players than Jalen Hurts. You can say, oh, he wins and this and that. It's a team sport. That's the argument I get into in the chat all the time. It's team sport. He's using his teammates. Okay, in the same conversation, if it's a team sport, don't bring wins into who's a better quarterback conversation then. If it's a team sport.
It seems right.
He is simply not as talented as the guys in the top 5. He is more on the Jared Goff realm, Baker Mayfield realm, like Jaden Daniels realm. Like, he's in the conversation with those guys.
Like, he's still top 10, I think, but he's not. Like, I just don't think he could make the plays that Herbert has to make consistently. He'd be so much more turnover prone. Like,
And he was early in his career, because he was being pushed to make and forced to make and play that
Yeah.
way. But yeah, you're not going to have any turnovers when you don't put the ball at risk ever. Like, it's a team sport, but when we're ranking quarterbacks and talking about, is he in the top 5, we're taking wins out of it because he's not as talented as those guys.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about wins, we can talk about what's the better team. If we're talking about wins, you can't bring it into
when
the
Tom Brady
quarterback stat.
when Tom Brady was in the league, like there were definitely years where he wasn't. I'm saying this isn't like saying Jalen Hurts was ever the best quarterback in the league. Like, was he ever? I mean, there was a good 5-year stretch where he wasn't the best quarterback in the league, but he's winning Super Bowls still. That can happen, guys. Like, two things can be true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're just because you win the Super Bowl doesn't mean you're the best quarterback right away. I know that we've felt that just because we've been seeing Patrick Mahomes do it so consistently, but like,
right,
it happens.
It's a tough conversation, but we can transition into Monday night, where my main takeaway was the Ravens for once actually got beat rather than they lost the game more than they got beat, if that makes sense. Most of the time when I look at Ravens losses, especially over the past couple of years, it's like they beat themselves, bad fumble, bad turnover here, somebody didn't catch a ball, like they've beaten themselves, right? The Lions beat them. Like I know Derrick Henry had the costly fumble, but like the Lions controlled that entire game.
Right.
They sacked Lamar Jackson 7 times, I believe.
I thought it was 5, but I don't know.
Like they kept Lamar Jackson in a box. Yes. They kept him in a box. And they beat them. Like there wasn't like the Ravens beat themselves like they did against the Bills for the most part, and what happened in the playoffs like past 2 years, like no. They specifically just got beat. Like by Detroit.
Kind of proves like what people were saying. People were like trying to defend the Ravens, saying they were still like the best team in the league, better than the Bills after the Bills beat them. Like, this shows that it's not just they lose more than just beating themselves. Like, they can't.
It sucks because I was one of those people that like on paper.
I get it. Yeah, for sure.
They should be.
The roster is amazing.
That defense should not be as bad as it is, and it's looking. Giving up the most points in the NFL through 3 weeks, you're supposed to be a Super Bowl contender, alarming.
Very.
Alarming. And, like, I'm not worried about the Derrick Henry fumbles. I'm not worried about Lamar Jackson. Like, those things would get ironed out. I'm not tripping about it whatsoever, actually. But if your defense can't stop nobody, what the fuck are you going to do when you got to go play Buffalo in the playoffs? Or we'll see what happens when you match up with KC this weekend. And KC gets, I think, Xavier Worthy back. Like,
yeah. Especially with, like, their offense is so... Like, if Derrick Henry isn't dominating and they have to pass, it's so wishy-washy. Like, Zay Flowers, we saw just disappeared this week. Like, yeah, we saw the Mark Andrews comeback game, but, like, how often are we going to see that? He's had 4 catches, or like 2 catches the entire year, those first 2 weeks before this week. Like every other, like, all these other teams, like, they're just inconsistent on offense when they have to pass the ball. And that's what I'm scared of.
They're also missing Likely. I think Likely's a big part of why they were as good as they were last year. Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. Is he game-changing?
No.
In the red zone, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's their problem.
No. They're very... And we can kind of say this for years. Like, when it has mattered most, like, their defense hasn't been able to perform.
Yeah.
Like,
in the big moments. They're a big moment failing team.
Yeah. They're great and dominant in the regular season, but in the biggest moments, their defense always seems to like fuck up or not make the stop.
Even like Lamar kind of looked a little shaky, and I mean, obviously we know he looks shaky in the big moments, like getting sacked 5-7 times, whatever that real number is. Like the most in his career, like he looked a little shaky there the entire game. So like
Detroit also had a crazy game plan.
Oh, for sure.
This felt like end of season going into the playoffs kind of game.
Like this is a big one. Now you're 1-2, like going against the Chiefs next week.
KC.
So like I don't know. It's a little alarming that we're seeing just the same thing that we've been seeing out of these guys. I still think they're going to be okay. Need to see Derrick Henry figure it the fuck out, how to hold on to the ball. You're like the best back in the league, dude.
Right.
But like I don't know. They're scary as always. I wish they just had a number 1 weapon that was consistent. Like, I don't know.
It's also interesting because of how good Detroit played. I want to say this is more of like Detroit looked good. We're not discrediting Detroit, but I think this is more like the Ravens have some things they need to iron out. But Detroit, I think, proves to the rest of the world and the rest of the league that they are still the team to be fucked with in the NFC outside the Eagles. Like, I know the Packers had a day against them in Lambeau, but like, it seems like they ironed out all the stuff. Like, the coordinator shit, I think, is going to be put to rest real quick. The run game looks fucking elite, like it always does.
Like, oh my god, this shit. Who's a coordinator? They're not going to be as like good. Like, dude, come on, bro. They still have the players. Mm-hmm. It's like it's very easy to just take what Ben Johnson did and kind of transfer it over to a new guy.
Right.
Not bury.
But I think it's gonna be.
It was insane the conversations we were having after week 1, or not us, but like people were having after week 1 with them.
But I think they're gonna be fine. I think they're gonna be good. They're probably depending. Like we've already talked about Green Bay, but they're probably still. If I had to bet money on it, I'd still take the Lions to win the division.
I would too.
So I think they're gonna be fine. This is a really big time win because 2 years ago when they went to Baltimore, they got absolutely fucking ran.
Yep.
Blown out like really bad. So like they kind of avenged that loss. Big time win for them on the road. And looking at next week, they got the Browns at home.
Scary.
Then they got the Bengals on the road.
Easy dub.
And then they got the Chiefs.
Probably a dub.
And then Tampa. So like we'll see where they are kind of like later, middle of the season, but I think they're going to be completely fine. Yep. But we can get into the pick'ems for week 2 or week 4 going into it.
Let's do it.
We have pull it up. Seahawks at Cardinals week 4 Thursday night.
I think I'm going to take Seattle.
I'm also taking
they
Seattle.
Just look good. Arizona looks very shaky.
I mean, this is just a classic. I don't think Cardinals win this game in this spot. It just seems like
we're just going to continue to see woes, I think, for Marv. It's going to be tough for them to really move the ball first game without James Conner. Like
Trey Benson has promise, but now he's the lead back.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm going Seahawks. Seahawks go 3-1 with this win. Vikings Steelers London game.
God,
it's crazy because Aaron Rodgers actually played the Vikings last year in London with the Jets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I like Pittsburgh was trying to lose that game too versus the Patriots. I think I'm gonna go Pittsburgh in a close one.
Yeah. I think they split. I think the Vikings winning both these London games.
It can be tough.
Tough ask. I think the Steelers
actually in Ireland.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wherever the game's at. I just think it's gonna be. I think they win against the Browns, but I think they drop one here and they go into their bye, 500.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna be fine, or they'll be 3-2 going into the bye. So I think they drop this one, win against the Browns the following week. Next, we have Commanders at Falcons. I don't know about Jane Daniels' status, but I know Terry McLaurin's supposed to be out.
I mean, this is a spot where I feel like you might as well just continue to run with Mariota unless Jaden Daniels is 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I gotta take Atlanta, so that I'm not too thrown off by this loss. I know it was ugly again, but like I said, like they could have scored multiple times.
Yeah, I'm also going Atlanta. Give me Atlanta. Have a bounce back spot. Saints at Buffalo.
Man, I think I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Yeah,
16.5.
The spread is 16.5. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Browns at Detroit.
Detroit.
Give me Detroit, but
closer than you think.
They held the Packers pretty good, but give me Detroit. Tennessee at Houston. 2-3-0 and 3 teams.
Houston, you have to win this one Gonna go Houston.
Yeah, this is a
You
must-win for
have
Houston.
to. If you do not, it's obviously over.
Right.
So, I think you have go Houston. Go Houston.
Must-win game for Houston. I'm also going Houston. Panthers at Patriots.
Jesus Christ. Patriots.
Give me the Patriots. Chargers at Giants.
Chargers. First start for Jackson Dart. That's gonna be ugly.
To go 4-0.
That's gonna be ugly.
2 3-0 teams. Philly at Tampa.
This is where it happens. You guys were 1 week too early. You guys thought the Rams were gonna win. I was on Philly. 1 week too early. Tampa Bay wins this one.
Tampa.
Home 3.5-point dogs.
Give me the Eagles. This is just a game where Tampa's O-line's a little banged up. You don't have Mike Evans. No Chris Godwin still. Like, a lot of pressure on Mbuka to make it happen, and Bucky Irving in the run game.
Fuck.
Give me Philly, but I think Tampa covers.
Forgot about Mike Evans. You know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm sticking with it. Tampa.
Jags at 49ers.
Oh, God. Brock Purdy looking like he's going to play. I'm just going to assume he is.
No Bosa.
No Bosa. But the Jags look so shit. Gotta keep riding with my guys, though. The Jags. Come on now. Let's go, Jags.
Give me San Fran. I think San Fran goes 4-0 here.
Respect.
Colts at Rams. Could be a sneaky good 3:00 game.
I'm going with the Rams. If I just keep picking against the Colts, they'll lose at some point. I picked the Titans last week. That was obviously a terrible decision, but they have to lose at some point.
Give me the Rams because they looked so good against Barkley last week to where I don't think JT is going to have the game on the ground that he has been having.
He looked insane.
But if we see Daniel Jones come out here and make some throws against the Rams on the road, like,
then we'll have to talk.
And they go 4-0, we're gonna be having some. My take is gonna go in the record books if they win this game. But I'm going the Rams. I'm going the Rams.
What a take.
I think the Rams definitely need this one a little bit more than the Colts as well. Yes. Ravens at KC. One of these teams starting 1-3.
Worthy probably back for this game. Pacheco looked so fucking bad. You see that where he was running backwards? I was so mad at Mahomes, and I was like, wait a minute. It's not your fault, my king. I'm sorry. Pacheco's running the other way. I think I'm going to go Baltimore in like a really good game. It's just, I just don't see them starting 1-3. Like, I don't see either of these teams starting 1-3, but I've seen more woes from Kansas City, I think, that are just, I don't know, more worrisome to me.
Yeah, this is... Give me KC. Give me KC. At home. Worthy probably back. Thornton's looked really good downfield. Ravens defense hasn't been able to stop anybody. Give me KC. Off of just the heroics of Mahomes at home, and they get it done.
I love that.
Bears at Raiders.
Jesus Christ. I don't care.
I have to go Chicago.
I think I got to go Vegas here.
Gino's just like...
He looks so bad. But I don't care. I'm coming off of hate week. I still got a little bit of hate for him. Go Vegas.
Give me Chicago, though. I'm going to go Chicago. Go Chicago, go 2-2. Packers at Dallas. Get right game, too. After this is just, you hate to be the get right team.
Yeah,
you hate to be this. You hate to be the get right team.
We're gonna get fucking asses kicked. Green Bay.
It's Green Bay.
It's Green Bay.
2 0-3 teams. Monday night doubleheader. Some shit games here. Jets at Miami.
God, when Micah sacks Dak and then lifts him back up, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. Who'd you say? Man. Sorry.
Jets at Miami.
Miami.
Give me Miami.
Take Miami.
Bengals at Broncos.
Denver, just because Cincinnati's not going to be able to move the ball at all.
Right.
But Denver hasn't looked good either. So
But give me
But yeah, I'll
Denver.
take Denver.
They're another defense, kind of like not really scheme wise like Minnesota, but another really really good defense.
Bunch of just dogs over there.
Yeah. So that is the week 4 slate. We can get into our updated power rankings to wrap up the episode. Last week's rankings were Philly at 1, Buffalo at 2, Green Bay at 3, Baltimore at 4, Chargers at 5, Tampa Bay Bucks at 6, Rams at 7, Detroit at 8, Commanders at 9, Colts at 10. This week, going into week 4, we have Philly at 1, Buffalo at 2, Detroit at 3, Chargers at 4, Tampa at 5, Rams at 6, Commanders at 7, Green Bay at 8, Colts at 9, and Baltimore at 10. Those are our official power rankings going into this week 4. But anything else you want to talk about or add, Nick, going to wrap up this episode?
No, not that I can think of.
But we can wrap it up there. Thank you guys for tuning into the Barrel Talk podcast. Hope to see you tune in to future episodes.